with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us.
And now we take a brief look at the matchups for our tip-off coming moments from now.
And who doesn't love a good rivalry, guys? Especially between two teams in the same conference.
I know I do, because it always makes these kinds of games much more interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised if things got a little chippy tonight. I mean, I can't wait for this one.
Kicks it out to Collier. Sabali with the steal. Pass to half court.
Dimes with the rebound. Nafisa Collier on the wing.
McBride. Here's Dimes. The three-pointer off the mark. Thomas with the ball.
Hines Allen's there.
Here's Breezy.
That one falls. Great assist by Satu Sabali.
Intelligent ball movement.
And just about a minute into this first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
The ball goes to Phoenix.
Here's Breezy. Copper outside.
Thomas outside.
Breezy.
And again, Phoenix with the triple.
Yeah, it's Thomas's unselfishness that fuels her team. She helps them play an exciting style at the offensive end.
Now here's Hines Allen.
Sabali with the steal. Thomas right side. And the bucket counts, and she's on her way to the line to try to make it a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for her tonight. And that one misses.
A physical point forward. Thomas shows a complete game. She can rebound, defend, and she's a monster on the break.
Collier can't get it to go. Thomas down low, guarded by Dimes. Pass to Breezy.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Down low. Now Collier. Will it go? Basket good.
Love Collier's discipline on offense. Looks for a shot she likes and dedicates to it.
Breezy with it. Hines Allen's there. Sabali, good.
She will make you throw your hands up as a defender. It just frustrates you because you just don't know how to play her.
Here's Dimes. That one's in. Her first basket of the game. She is 1 for 2.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Here's Thomas.
And finished off by Alyssa Thomas.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Watch out for that ball.
Yeah, that was symbolic of their effort here tonight.
First quarter ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Smith. Boom! She jams it straight down.
And she isn't the biggest power forward, but her ability to rise up pretty much evens things out.
And here the Mercury. 6-point lead. Steps back. Pass to Copper.
Half court, covered by Hines Allen.
Breezy gets the bucket.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Dimes with the ball.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Forget about going for the long range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how brilliant throwdown.
Just wonderful.
Exerting her authority.
Yes, and a nice assist from Maisha Hines Allen.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
Breezy. And she makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one hand.
One of my favorite moves right there, guys.
And she does it as well as anyone. Just tremendous skill in the air.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Mercury. They're up by 6. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And the first quarter in the books, second about to get underway. And what do you guys think about the Mercury here in this one?
The ball movement from them in the first half, absolutely terrific.
Very timely passing from them, and that's fun to watch.
And she'll shoot free throws. Clearly fouled on the shot that time. The whistle blows.
At the line for the away team.
She misses the free throw.
A popular topic in WNBA circles, player rights.
Yeah, the league has made some major strides in terms of freedom of movement, free agency, and also off-the-floor benefits.
Plus, we've seen salary increases, so it's been great to see these advances the last few years.
Now here's Sabali. Copper, back to Sabali, and stolen by Smith. And now the Lynx fast break. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
An excellent passing big. Hines Allen has great vision.
Phoenix leading. Pass to half court. Makes it off the glass.
You love the aggressiveness. She'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Here's Collier. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And stolen by Smith. Right outside. Collier.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Pass to Dimes. And here's Smith. For the basket. Her second of 2 attempts.
An intimidating interior presence. Smith uses her toughness to get her way down low.
And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
First team foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line for your Phoenix Mercury. Tracy.
She hits both from the stripe. Minnesota trailing. Out to the right wing. Stolen by Breezy. And stolen by Smith. Here's Hines Allen. And Maisha Hines Allen throws it down.
Well, scoring on the break was Hines Allen. In this league, you always run when you have the opportunity.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. On the wing, Kalia Copper. Misses the layup. She had her with that pump fake, but couldn't make her pay. To the right side. Here's Dimes. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2. It goes on Alyssa Thomas.
You don't want to get in the habit of letting the offense get right to the rim.
And that's the message they were sending with that foul, saying nothing easy inside with that one.
Yeah, but they got to play a little bit better defense before they get inside.
Now here's Sabali. Half court, covered by Hines Allen. Here's Breezy. Good, and the assist goes to Kalia Copper.
Well, I think she owes the three-pointer dinner because it's been her best friend today, no question.
Well, it has been today anyway. I mean, look, most of her points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Dimes, no good. Breezy with it. Now guarded by McBride. The kick out to Copper. Sabali. And the Mercury, another 3.
The team gets Sabali set up perfectly. She starts her shooting motion the instant she has the ball.
Here's Dimes. Pass to Smith. Thomas with the steal. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Nafisa Collier on the wing. Hines Allen out to the left wing. Here's Dimes. Good on the 3-point shot.
With strong court vision and awareness, McBride is able to read defenses and find the open teammate.
Stolen by Breezy. Here's Sabali. He hits the buzzer beater!
An ideal finish to the quarter for them as she cans it at the buzzer.
Cool and collected and just didn't rush it at all.
You said that right.
The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. Mercury out in front, up by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter going.
Shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot. Give it up for the participants.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. I mean, what a performance we're seeing out there by Dimes.
I know we've said it about 1,000,000 times already, but I'll say it again. She's had a great half, scored a lot of points.
And in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half she had. She can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And so here's Phoenix. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Stolen by Hines Allen. Knocked away. Stolen by Breezy. It's good, as 5 others before it were. She's now shooting 6 for 7.
If she gets even an inch of space, she will make an opponent look very beatable.
Now here's Dimes. 15 points in the game. Smith, no good.
She's a very strong finisher, guys. I'm surprised that she wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Here's half court. Drains the three-pointer.
She's their go-to scorer, and when she shoots the ball like she has today, that is what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Three-pointer Hines Allen. That falls. Great assist by Kayla McBride.
And she answers right back with a 3 of her own.
Oh my, they're getting into it. We have got a duel shaping up right now.
Now here's Copper. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Well, Copper can sometimes be a selective 3-point shooter, so she must have been feeling that look.
Nafisa Collier for 3. Another 3 for Minnesota.
Oh, some quick retaliation right there, huh, guys?
Yeah, it sure didn't take them long to go and get those 3 points back.
Copper with the ball. Now guarded by McBride. And out of bounds, the Lynx will take it.
The ball goes to Minnesota.
Now here's Dimes. She's guarded closely. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And here are the Lynx now. 6-point game. Outside, Hines Allen. Drills it from outside.
Laser focused. Hines Allen was ready to fire the second she got the ball.
Breezy. McBride covering. Here's half court. And she makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
You got to be kidding me. Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
And why not? A nice way to pad the lead right there.
Let's all go to New York.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'm all in.
Now the Lynx with it. Dimes with the ball. Picked up by Sabali. McBride misses. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Exactly. No need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. The ball is in your court.
I don't know if she got that pass off. I thought for sure she was going to take the shot.
The drive by Nafisa Collier. The shot's good. Kayla McBride making the play.
Good ball movement. She put that pass in the ideal spot, and I can guarantee you her teammate appreciated it. They ran that inbounds play perfectly right there to get the quick hitter.
2 on the clock. He can't hit that time. And we've reached the end of the third. Mercury out in front, leading by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Phoenix leading. Pass to Thomas. Over Smith. Here's Breezy. Misses and close. The drive by Kayla McBride. She gets it in there.
On the drive, McBride can be so dynamic, which helps her beat the defense.
Half court with it. Hines Allen's there. And half court gets it to go.
And now both of these teams really in a groove here late.
Yeah, and this game was already high scoring, but they've really taken it to another level here down the stretch.
Such a treat to watch, Brian.
Collier outside. It's tipped. Breezy with it. Now guarded by Hines Allen. Here's Dimes. No good from outside. Got the defender off her feet with the pump fake, but just couldn't knock it down. Shot from 16. Kept alive. Here's half court. Tries again. And it's good on the layup.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Minnesota trailing.
Watch this.
We've played just over a minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dimes. That falls. Great assist by Kayla McBride.
Well, she's scoring most of their points, but she can't score them all. She needs some help if they're going to come back.
Half court shot is off.
You know, that's a quality look right there. Just a little off with her release.
Yeah, and that has her shaking her head. I mean, no way around it. That's a tough miss.
Now here's Collier. Outside, Hines Allen. Connects from three-point range.
Maybe the number one sign of a go-to player, Hines Allen nailing the big-time bucket.
Half court, covered by Hines Allen. To the middle. Here's half court. That one falls through. It's her sixth make from the floor this game, and now 6 for 10.
Really, that's her strong suit, the ability to find a way through the D and finish at the rim.
Now here's Dimes. And she lays it straight in.
Don't need much range to hit from that distance.
Phoenix with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. It's good, and she drew the contact on the shot, so she'll go to the line. A three-point play opportunity.
She's got ice water in her veins, guys. No way she's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance.
Now here's Breezy.
Yes! Went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from her there.
And she might be sensing that this is a critical time in the game, guys.
Nafisa Collier on the wing, guarded by Sabali. Here's Dimes. Count it! And that shot brings them within just 1.
And they're really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has been really unstoppable of late.
Yeah, and I don't know why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but you know what they say, Tim, it's better late than never.
And I'm happy because finally we got a good game. I had a foul to give, but you'd rather not have it cost you 2 points.
Yeah, it would have been better to use it on the floor and not on the shot, but the foul had to come one way or another.
Yeah.
And she hits both free throws. And it's a three-point game. Now Dimes. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Wide open look. And props to Hines Allen for locating the open teammate using her GPS.
Now here's Copper. Pass to Breezy.
17-foot shot on the way. It's in!
She's made the most of her chances, hasn't she? She needs to keep on working to get these good looks. Well, they need every bucket they can get here.
They're still alive, but they better execute every trip down the floor or their chances aren't looking too good.
And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line by your Phoenix Mercury.
He gets the first, and that will put them up 2. And so both free throws good this time. And it's a three-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a three-point attempt here.
Here's Collier. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
And that's just what they have to do in order to get that ball back.
Yeah, to me, that's a good foul. Clock management, crucial at this time of the game.
And she is unable to get the second one.
Minnesota calls a timeout.
Quick bucket then foul. It's really the only option they have at this point.
And the important thing, Tim, is who they foul. They don't want to send an ace to the line if they can avoid it.
Exactly, Brian. Find the worst free throw shooter immediately.
So the Lynx now, trailing by 4. Thorpe. And a foul on the shot. She'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Breezy.
For the away team, Thorpe. 2 shots.
Good on the first. And that narrows the lead to just 3. Second free throw, no good that time. And she really wanted that one.
By missing one of those, that leaves them needing a 3 to tie it up. That's not ideal.
At the line for Phoenix.
She hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And she cannot convert on the second. That one misses.
Minnesota calls a timeout.
Time is the big factor here. You need to get the points fast and then foul.
Yeah, Tim, and it has to be a quick foul. Every second is critical at this stage.
Yeah, they cannot waste any time if they want to come back.
Here's Dimes. It's good! And that shot brings them within just 1.
Even on inbounds plays, you can't leave 3 shooters alone on the perimeter. They paid for it there.
Team foul. At the line by your Phoenix Mercury.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up 2. So she goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over.
They got 2 options. Take the 3 to tie it, or get a quick 2 then foul.
And if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 wouldn't be a bad call, but the foul has to come immediately after.
It has to come immediately. You cannot waste a second.
And an intentional foul right there.
Boy, I'm not sure what that was about. Talk about a brain cramp.
That's just completely out of left field. She lost all sense of the time and the situation.
And she does get the second one. And that brings them within 2 here. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Team is in the pack.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so she drops them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
No mistakes there, and I think you can close the book on this one, guys.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Second personal foul. At the line by your Phoenix Mercury.
drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And a tough break as her second attempt at the line, no good. And so it's Phoenix who's straight by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and a fabulous finish as they waited until the very last moment to finally seal it.
And so many times we see these tight games won at home. That advantage, I think, played a factor here.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.
This is their 6th straight win. A lot of posterizations in this one. Save those dunks on the tape. What a great game we witnessed here today. Heather Thorpe's 34 points single-handedly kept the Lynx in the game. Smith's last-second heave almost went in, which would have forced the game to overtime. Molly's 31 points led the Mercury to maintain their grip on the Queen's throne. Up next, it's the Las Vegas Aces, and it will be in Vegas. Will they get 7 straight wins? Find out in a few minutes, or scroll to the next game as we roll some highlights.
Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us. Our starting lineups, a look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams.
Floor tonight, a lot of experience, players who have seen it all.
Yeah, it's fun to watch young talent sometimes, but to me at least, it's even more fun to watch players who know what they're doing, can execute at a very high level.
Like us here in the booth, right guys? Passing the conversation back and forth, finishing strong. We just might be the best broadcast booth in the league.
And Lloyd gets it to go.
Well, Lloyd loves to punish teams from downtown. She'll take that shot whenever she can.
Pass to Thomas. Deflected. Wilson with the steal. Here's Boss. That's good, and it's Asia Wilson with the assist.
Moving the ball well out of the front court. Wilson with a nice find.
When you think about dominant players in the league, Asia Wilson right now is the first person that comes to mind.
Well, her game really speaks for itself, doesn't it? And then you factor in all the awards, all the accomplishments, and like you said, she has to be at the top of your list. It must be nice for them to know that game in and game out, her offense will be there for them.
And it's Asia Wilson finishing it off.
Taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Really piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And here the Mercury. It's a 5-point game. Breezy. The shot that time not on target. Nice defense from Asia Wilson. Outside Lloyd. Gray. Here's Wilson. Her shot is good, making her a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, that's all that you can do. Wilson is so good at capitalizing inside, even when she's under duress.
Thomas, no good. Wilson in the post. She's covered by Copper. Pass to Boss. Out to Lloyd. There's the three. That's her second shot and her second basket. My math says that's 2 for 2.
Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far, stretching the lead into double digits already.
Such a hot start. You know, she caught a glimpse of the open player on the perimeter and sent the pass right over.
Here's Las Vegas. They're leading by 8. Here's Boss. And it's half court with the rebound. It's tipped and stolen by Lloyd. Pass to Boss. Fires from deep. Another three for Las Vegas.
Their offenses come together immediately. They're threatening to run away with this game.
I can't imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they can even come close, look out.
Okay, to pick up and keep this offensive pace would be insane.
First team foul.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Some quick retaliation right there, huh, guys?
Yeah, it sure didn't take them long to go and get those 3 points back.
Pass to Young. Shoots the three. Good, and it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist.
Oh, Jackie Young, an emphatic response.
On the wing, Kalia Copper. Covered by Lloyd. Now Sabali. Off target from outside. Jackie Young on the wing. Here's Wilson. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Well, that's just not a sight you see very often because she has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when she's open.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Aces ahead. They lead by 11. And we'll bring you the start of quarter 2 when we return. Well, not exactly a neck-and-neck game, but as the second quarter starts, there is plenty of time for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Aces here, guys.
They've come out of the gate strong and put in a solid first quarter.
A lot of good looks for them on offense so far. Just quality shots.
And count the basket. She was fouled, and she's going to the line for one more. It's going to be Sabali shooting. It's on Young. First trip to the free throw line for her tonight.
Well, there's no question that the Las Vegas Aces have established themselves as the gold standard of the W.
Well, it's about more than those two titles. They opened up a 64,000 square foot practice facility back in 2023. The first WNBA team to have their own dedicated practice facility. That's showing a major investment in the team and the league.
To the inside. And half court gets it to go.
It's easy to see Copper's phenomenal fundamentals. When she sees a wide open shooter, she makes sure they get the ball.
Wilson, guarded by half court. And it's Asia Wilson finishing it off.
And she isn't the biggest power forward, but her ability to rise up pretty much evens things out.
Half court. And she banks in the layup.
Just the way they wanted, within touching distance of the rim.
Outside Young. Pass to Wilson. Outside Young. Boss. There's Jewel Lloyd with the three. Drops in the tray.
Well, the W is always looking at new rules and ways to make the game better. They added a reset timeout this year.
Yeah, I love it. You can use it to advance the ball. However, you can't go to the sideline to huddle.
Yeah, so it's a super short break. It keeps the game moving, and it challenges coaches in how they communicate to players.
Pass to Boss. Now here is Lloyd. There's the triple. The shot misses.
Just like me, 9 times out of 10, she's going to bury the three when she's left all alone like that.
Here's Breezy. And again, Phoenix with the triple.
She had her head on a swivel and was able to still pick up the pass and get the assist.
Now here is Lloyd. She's guarded closely. Here's Gray. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jackie Young.
A natural point guard, Young's a gifted passer, has that sixth sense to set up teammates.
Shoots from 12. Las Vegas grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Kicks it out to Wilson. Boss. She's covered by Thomas. Back to Wilson. Pass to Boss. The shot is good, and so is her shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Well, in that tight, with that much of a height advantage, there's really not a lot that D can do to stop that shot.
Here's Thomas, and again, it's Phoenix.
Keeping things simple. When Thomas sees the mid-range shot open up, she doesn't hesitate in taking it.
And here's Boss. She's covered by Thomas. Here's Boss. And she goes up strong with one hand and flushes it.
You gotta be kidding me. Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
And why not? A nice way to pad the lead right there.
Let's all go to New York.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'm all in.
It's stolen by Copper. And so that's the end of the first half. Aces ahead, leading by 6. Hold tight, we've got more basketball action headed your way. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first 2 quarters. You gotta like what Breezy has been able to do in this game.
Well, she created a lot of good shots for herself in the first couple of quarters. and she knows when to pass up on the tough ones. Good shot selection.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for her, and that's a stat that really tells you how efficient a player has been.
Pass to Copper. Takes the three. Wilson pulls it down. The Aces with the lead. To the paint. Excellent D from Alyssa Thomas.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
Kalia Copper, and that one's good.
Oh, wow, guys. Doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And that's Tracy Martin.
From the look of her face, she's in a lot of pain.
Clearly,
Tracy is hurt.
And it looks like she's coming out of the
out
game
of the
to
game
get it
right
checked
now.
out.
The Mercury making a switch here.
Number 6, Celeste Taylor.
And it's the Aces with the ball. It's a three-point game. Wilson
Guarded by Sabali.
And it's Wilson missing. And it's the Mercury with the ball. Here's Copper.
Kicks it out to Sabali.
And stolen by Boss. Wilson in the post.
Thomas on her.
There's Jewel Lloyd with the three. It's rebounded by Phoenix.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The D got lucky. Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
Pass to Boss. To the middle. And here's Wilson. Back to Gray. That's good, and it's Asia Wilson with the assist.
With a solid frame and terrific body control, Gray is comfortable operating down low.
Guys, for Asia Wilson, she's always a factor night in and night out.
Well, when you're a multiple-time MVP, us and the fans expect that. There's no doubt she cemented herself as one of the best players of this generation.
Love seeing that kind of unselfish attitude. Jackie Young makes so many winning plays.
The Mercury trail. Pass to Thomas. Here's Taylor.
Kalia Copper from outside.
And the three ball is good.
Since halftime, this has really become an intense ball game.
The effort we're seeing from both sides has been phenomenal. I'm locked in.
And Lloyd gets it to go.
And Lloyd is a proficient three-point shooter, which is probably why she takes these in bunches.
Pass to Sabali. Inside. Now here's Breezy. Outside for Thomas. Over Boss. Out of bounds. It'll be Aces ball. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Wilson with it.
Guarded by Sabali.
And it's slammed in by Asia Wilson.
She's an automatic finisher when she gets into that area.
And she picks the simple one-handed jam to get the 2 points.
Keep it simple indeed, and those can be an important 2 points, guys, in a close game like we have here.
Wow, she sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business.
Yeah, an imposing finisher around the rim. She makes it look easy.
Pass to Young. Puts up a three. And the Aces another three.
Well, usually she's providing the pass. Young has to be happy to be on the receiving end of a catch and shoot. More than willing to fire.
Here's Taylor. Here's Breezy. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Can they make some sort of defensive adjustment? Because guess what? She is killing them from three-point range.
And even when they have closed out on her, she's still knocking them down. I mean, this is just an unbelievable performance we're seeing right now.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Aces ahead, up by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment.
Come on, fans, it's the
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Now Gray. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots next.
First team foul.
The point mixing up inside. Remember, Gray is 5'11". That's great size for a point in this league.
So she gets them both. Here's Taylor. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Intelligent ball movement from Satu Sabali. Gets the ball to her wide open teammate.
Pass to Young. Beyond the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
The deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
Yeah, both of these teams are firing on all cylinders right now. I love it.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Leah Copper for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
She's such a clutch shooter. I mean, she just lives for the big shot.
And just a tiny lead for them.
A chance to make it a little bigger right here, though.
Sabali with the steal.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Breezy. And out of bounds, the Aces will take it.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
Here's Las Vegas. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Wilson. Makes the bucket. She's now got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 on the game.
Killer confidence, stays true to herself. What more do you want from Wilson? She's a terrific basketball player.
Went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from her there.
And she might be sensing that this is a critical time in the game, guys.
Here's Lloyd. Pass to Boss. And the Aces tack on 2 more.
Intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Here's Breezy. It's in. Basket number 6 for her thus far. She has missed only 2 shots from the floor. And it's the Aces with the ball. The lead is 2. Here's Young. In the jam by Jackie Young.
Pivotal bucket from Young, played in so many huge college games, winning a national championship, was ready for the bright lights of the WNBA.
Breezy. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
First personal foul.
It goes on Asia Wilson.
Nice job to attack.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. They'll have to now review the personal foul that is in question.
And this is the time here now where the officials can review it. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot clearer.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you compare and speed at which these players are really moving at and how fast the action really is, it shows how hard it can be sometimes to see everything in order to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And you know, even if the coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put into the review process, double checking, and really it helps the game continue on.
The Mercury making a switch here. Good on the first. And that narrows the lead to just 3. And so she makes both from the line.
She's got ice water in her veins, guys. No way she's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance.
Lloyd with the bucket.
You love to see how Jewel Lloyd never backs down. She goes on the attack and finds the big bucket.
Pass to Allen. Breezy with it. It falls for her 7th bucket of the contest. She's 7 for 9 today.
She's having one of those days where if she takes it, she makes it.
Boss, guarded by Sabali.
Going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Well, that was a nice way to wrap up that possession, no matter how you look at it.
Now here's Breezy. Great defending. It's good! And she has brought them within 2 points. Boss. Sabali with the steal. Here's Breezy. It counts and the foul. It goes on Asia Wilson.
This game is all tied up because of her. Who knows where they'd be without her scoring today?
She sinks the clutch free throw.
And how big was that sequence? Ties it up with the tough bucket and takes the lead with the and one.
Here's Boss. Three-pointer Jackie Young. It's rebounded by Sabali. And here are the Mercury. And they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them from this point forward. Milk the clock.
Pass to Breezy. Just 5 to shoot. Thomas. Here's Copper. Chelsea Gray grabs the miss. Wilson outside. Jackie Young on the wing. Boss. Guarded by Sabali. Oh, it falls! No way!
They'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can make.
And the Mercury call time here.
Now, they've got enough time to get a good shot. It has to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got one shot at it. Obviously, it's a make or break situation.
Wilson with the steal, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
So it's the Aces taking the W.
And the streak is
close
over.
games. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
These are those games that are so great to win and so hard to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, just wondering.
The Aces dethrone the Mercury.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.
6-game win streak snapped. And the Queens are now the Aces.
Mindy's game-winning shot with over a second left, and the Aces turned the Mercury over, preventing them from getting a shot off to win it 60-59. In a game where the Mercury were down by double figures, you have to give them some flowers for coming back and having the lead at some point. Tracy Wiltrout was injured early in the game, and while that had very little on what the Mercury were able to do, they kept battling till the very end. The Aces were balanced in their scoring attack, with Mindy 17 points and 5 assists to lead the way. Wilson almost had a double-double. Molly Wiltrout dropped in 25 for the Mercury, Copper with 12, and Sabali was flirting with a triple-double in points, assists, and steals. Coming up next, the Aces will stay home as the Storm come to Vegas. We'll be back in a while.
This is Blake Suniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, and we're excited for some 2K hoops. The starting fives for our game. Here's a look at both lineups. Tip-off coming up in just a moment.
Pretty obvious what these teams want to do. They want to run their offense through their bigs.
Yeah, when you've had the success they've had through the front court, it's easy to see why.
Yeah, but you don't want to become one-dimensional. It's important to keep the defense on their toes. It must be nice for them to know that game in and game out, her offense will be there for them.
Outside Lloyd. Wilson. Back to Lloyd. That's good, and so Asia Wilson with the assist.
That's just an agile play from Lloyd in the paint, navigating the traffic and finding her shot.
Pass to Magbagor. Ogumake. Here's Mrs. Incredible. Off target with the three.
Well, you look at the run the Aces are on. Do you think we can call them a dynasty?
Over the last 4 years, they have 3 trips to the finals and 2 championships. Now, I think the coming seasons will determine if they are officially a dynasty, but they're definitely on that path.
And that's good as she hits both shots. And it's the Storm with the ball. Here's Mrs. Incredible. That one doesn't drop. Jewel Lloyd with some nice D. Asia Wilson goes in, and it's slammed in by Asia Wilson.
Well, the moment Wilson gets any momentum going towards the rim, you can pretty much put up 2.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Magbagor. This is Incredible. Covered by Lloyd. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lloyd. That is her first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And it's the Storm with the ball. It's a three-point game. Hits it from three-point range.
An absolute floor general. Vision and passing are the trademarks of Diggins Smith's game.
Lloyd from long range. Score the basket. Her second of 2 attempts.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball at one end with their own.
A 3-point battle starting to take shape here.
And the jam by Jackie Young.
Well, an extension of the coach on the floor. Gray's outstanding court vision makes her a true point guard.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. She's got 6. It's good.
Wow. I mean, did she ever sell that pump fake well? Worked to absolute perfection.
And the Aces with possession. 3-point lead. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer.
From 3-point range, she has hit the ground running. What a first quarter for her from deep.
Here's Boss. Good, and it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist.
What vision from Gray, one of the top points in the league. She does not miss open teammates.
Miss Incredible can't get it to go. Pass to Young. Boss. Her aim is not true. That makes her 1 for 2. Deflected, and it's out of bounds to the Storm as Seattle retains possession.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Ogumake outside. To the right side. Here's Mrs. Incredible. Again, Seattle.
I don't know if she got that pass off. I thought for sure she was going to take the shot.
Here's Wilson. It could go. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. We're at the end of one in a close game so far. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. A close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Aces so far?
Well, we've seen them really get out and establish an offensive rhythm.
And they're finding ways to score, playing well and getting good offense.
It's good.
Killer confidence, stays true to herself. What more do you want from Wilson? She's a terrific basketball player.
Well, she moved on from the Storm in 2023, but still, Breanna Stewart is a legend in Seattle, and there's no doubt she always will be.
I mean, in her 6 years with the Storm, 2 titles, an MVP, first team All-League 4 times. You throw in the first ever Commissioner's Cup that they won, and Stewie was the MVP. It was an unreal run for her in the Pacific Northwest.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Really contributes to her team. Ezzy, versatile on the floor.
The fader. Again, Las Vegas.
It still went down, but with no defender near her, no need to go the fadeaway route.
Pass to miss is incredible. Ogumake, she's guarded by Wilson. Down low, here's Magbagor. Makes it off the glass.
I like how Magbagor picks her spots on offense, knows when to look to score inside.
Now here's Boss. She's guarded closely. Second shot opportunity, and she lays it in. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Diggins Smith with it. Now Young defending. Back to Diggins Smith. A soft touch off the glass.
And as you watch the continued development of the WNBA, it feels like length matters a lot these days.
Well, you're seeing teams putting a major emphasis on getting longer players. It really helps you on the defensive end.
Oh yeah, with how skilled players are these days and the amount of threes teams take, length can certainly neutralize that.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
She's been key for them, the way she's distributed the ball.
No doubt. Look, when the offense runs through her, it's a smooth operation.
Oh, and the fast break for the Storm. Back to Ogumake. Outside, Diggins Smith. Pass to Ogumake. Triple from the wing.
Zero hesitation. That's how Nneka Ogumake plays. When she gets the ball, she wants to fire.
Wilson, defended by Magbagor. Wilson with the bucket.
She's got such a quick trigger from that range when she senses the defenders have backed off her.
Seattle leading. Here's Diggins Smith. Ogumake. Magbagor with the ball. She's guarded by Wilson. From deep, Skylar Diggins Smith. Off to a good start as she hits her first shot attempt.
The 3 ball is really the basis for Diggins Smith's game. When she hits them, it forces the D to spread out even more.
Miss Incredible can't get it to go. Chelsea Gray for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jewel Lloyd.
These are the shots the coaching staff loves Gray taking. And you can see why with these results.
And she can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Young, defended by Mrs. Incredible. Gray, that one, no good. Good D by Nneka Ogumake.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the line.
Exactly. You want to prevent the layup, give them a little knock, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming down the lane the next time around.
It does send a message.
So she gets them both. And about 3 minutes played now in this second quarter.
I'll give her some credit there. She had no chance to stop that slam with a much bigger defender taking it over her, but she hung in there and gave it a shot.
Solid on the one-hand slam.
And when it's a tight ball game like this, she's the player they want with the ball.
Absolutely. She's such a reliable finisher.
And it's good. But hold on. The officials may want to take another look at it on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime.
The previous play is
signaling they're going to review the tape.
I wasn't so sure she got the shot off, and the refs were in the same boat. Might as well take a second look.
Hey, if you have the technology, you might as well make the most of it.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And they've taken a look at it, and they're overturning the call. They're calling the basket good.
Well, guys, this is why we have replay, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. Good job to take the second look at it. It would have really been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Storm. They lead by a bucket. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half to get underway. You have to like what we're seeing from Mrs. Incredible.
Well, the threes have been falling for her at an incredible rate. That first half, absolutely ridiculous.
And here in the second, she's got to just keep taking them and keep making them. There is no reason for her to stop.
Well, we can all agree on this. There is nothing quite like summer hoops in Vegas, as long as the AC is pumping.
Yeah, I mean, it was, 110, 115, you get up there, but you got the 2K Summer League going on, the men's national team normally playing games, having a camp, tons of elite high school events, and of course, Aces season in full swing.
Yeah, she's one of the main reasons this game is tied up, and I would say she's done her part to keep them in it.
Inside. That one is good. She has missed only one of her 6 shots from the floor.
This has been a thriller. You can't say enough about the way these teams have battled each other.
All signs point to this thing going all the way down to the wire. I'd be shocked if it ended any other way, Tim.
I'd certainly take that, Brian.
Say Gray for 3. Sinks the triple.
A big-time offensive talent who can score points from all over the floor. Gray can punish defenses from deep.
Outside, Diggins Smith. Here's Mrs. Incredible. And here's NECA from the arc. Asia Wilson grabs the board. The Aces with the lead. Here's Gray. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
Well, when you talk about the greatest organizations in this league, Seattle has a strong argument.
Well, they've got 4 titles, which is tied for the most all time. And since their first title back in 2004, they've only missed the playoffs 3 times in 20 years.
3.
Jackie Young on the wing.
Back to Gray. Out to the left wing. Bader on the way. That misses off the backboard. She's guarded by Wilson. Pass to Mrs. Incredible. Goes back up. And she takes it up and lays it in.
Way to work the ball in close to the hoop.
The Aces trailing to the middle. Here's Boss. She drains the quick shot.
Moving the ball well out of the front court. Wilson with a nice find.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Back to Diggins Smith. Over Gray. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Now here's Boss. 14 points for her. three-pointer. And Chelsea Gray gets the three.
Good pass work. The assist was right on target.
Pass to miss is incredible. Lays it up and banks it in.
She's having one of those days where if she takes it, she makes it.
Outside Young. To the paint. Here's Boss. Got a piece of it, and she gets it back. Wilson over Magbagor. Ezzy Magbagor, nice defense. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. It's the Storm leading by just 2. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments for our fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Seattle leading to the inside. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots next. It goes on Asia Wilson.
At the line for the Storm.
And she makes the first.
2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Outside Young. Down low. Here's Boss. And she goes strong with the one-handed jam.
This game is shaping up to be a special one.
Yeah, it does have that feel of a classic. Now, let's see which team is better equipped to handle the pressure, because it's not easy.
And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Storm. Lee. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one is no good. And it's the Aces with the ball. Here's Lloyd. Wilson outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
Oh, man, and you know they wanted that one to go down.
Yeah, they would have loved to tie it up right there. Double Windsor.
She's had such a steady hand, and I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today. I gotta say, it looked like the defense got butterflies the second that shot went up, because they know she typically delivers in the clutch.
A nice shot by Magbagor.
Wow, Magbagor showing some shooting ability.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over 1 minute played. Pass to Wilson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
The deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
Yeah, both of these teams are firing on all cylinders right now. I love it.
Magbagor. Oh, Ezzy Magbagor with the slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one hand.
One of my favorite moves right there, guys.
And she does it as well as anyone. Just tremendous skill in the air.
And it's Wilson missing.
Yeah, remember that. And that's not an opportunity. She fails to convert very often.
Good on the bucket.
Well, she shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. You know, like we say, she's been making music all day long. You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
And it's Seattle scoring again.
They've been very sound offensively in the second half.
And there's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
You kind of wonder what was one team talking about in the locker room and what was the other.
Got a piece of it and stolen by Boss.
The clock's their worst enemy now.
Yeah, they need to work very quickly.
Wilson no good.
Even without that 3-ball dropping for her, the defense should have done way more on that last play.
Yeah, I mean, the D's got to be better as a coach. You can't stand seeing her having that much space to get her shot off. She found the perfect spot behind the arc there, a big gap in the D.
And they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Absolutely not with the lead. I mean, now is the time to use the clock to your advantage. Make it your friend.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I've got to say, when she threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Yeah, neither did the defense, clearly.
And here are the Aces now, trailing by 5. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring them within 3.
Tremendous poise under pressure. If Gray's team needs a bucket, she's comfortable getting the job done.
Wilson with the steal.
It's still within reach.
But their offense needs to be just about perfect from here on out.
And 3's better than 2's. What an important shot right there, guys. She's producing from deep all game long.
And they need her production now more than ever. I mean, clutch three-point shooting is going to be critical here late.
Pass to Ogumake. And here's Magbagor. She's guarded by Wilson. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Yes!
You know, it's never too late to make a sweet dime, guys, even if you're halfway through your shot.
And the Aces call time here.
With under 2 seconds remaining, you've got to hurry it up. Get the ball up quickly and take one dribble and get it up to the rim.
Stolen by Ogumake. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Chelsea Gray. First personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for the Storm. Skylar Higgins-Smith. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Just one more, and it's all over. Higgins-Smith missed it.
And the second free throw.
It's
no
over.
Good.
They can't get it off. It's all over.
And so the big win
Seattle
by Seattle
dethrones
in a tight
the
game.
Aces.
And they break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
Seattle dethrones the Aces, and that's it.
They battled with everything they had.
Triple header is done. Till next time.
And that's a wrap, everyone.
If you had Lee leading the game in scoring, then you must be on something really nice. Megan was due for a 50-point game, but decided to facilitate instead. She gave up the rock to Lee, who drained the game-winning shot, and then the Storm got a steal to end the game and take the throne away. The Aces had yet another good balanced attack, but came up short this time. Lee led all scorers with 23 points. Yeah, that's right. Of all the players, Lee is the leader. A big, big shocker. Megan had 22 points, 7 assists for the Storm. On the losing side, Mindy had 19 and 6 boards. Chelsea Gray had 17 and 6 assists, and Wilson with 13 and 4 assists. Since we had a short intermission, I say we play a 4th game to make this a quadruple header. The Mystics will take the court to try to take the throne from Megan Tomlinson and the Seattle Storm. Coming up soon.
I'm Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi. And now we take a brief look at the matchups for our tip-off coming moments from now. It'll be the Storm off the tip. This is incredible. Defended by Mrs. Incredible. Pass to Queen. Melbourne. To the paint. And here's Court Queen. One up, one down. She makes her first shot in this game.
You know, we try to not play favorites, but the truth is we're all fans here. So, guys, who is your favorite player to watch?
This is easy. I got to go with Sabrina Ionescu, who's also from my hometown of Walnut Creek. She plays so unselfish, but also has an amazing three-point shot, so she can score in bunches.
Hey, I'm a big Kelsey Plum fan. You know, I love players who can shoot, and Kelsey certainly can do that. But she also has other parts of her game that are very good. And, of course, I mean, lefties, they just make everything look better.
And about 1 minute gone in the first quarter. Great D that time from Neko Ogumake. Here's Seattle. It's a three-point game. The drive by Maglagor. Out of bounds. It'll be Mystics' ball.
And when Aaliyah Edwards is on the floor, it's easy to see the presence she has in the post.
She has great touch close to the basket as a very efficient scorer. And she's also very athletic. She's a big who can get up the court in a hurry.
Yep, count it.
When a player has confidence like Dolson, you see the pass coming and expect her to take the shot immediately.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. And she bangs it home with one hand.
And wow, you just don't see point guards who can finish like that too often.
And when do you see hops like that on a guard? You know they are special talent.
47, 48, 49-inch vertical, who knows?
Man, I mean, to have that kind of explosiveness at the rim in your backcourt, that strikes fear into the heart of a defense for sure.
Outside, Diggin Smith. Ogumake. This is incredible. Queen covering. And she banks in the layup.
It must be nice for them to know that game in and game out, her offense will be there for them.
Edwards left side. Ezzy Maglagor with the steal.
And it's the Storm on the break. That's her second shot and her second basket. My math says that's 2 for 2.
Reads the defense so well. It's really what makes Diggin Smith the top-notch point guard she is.
Here's Dolson, and finished off by Stephanie Dolson.
Yeah, she might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because she can jump out of the building.
How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Textbook. Nice pass, nice catch, nice shot.
Inside, got a piece of it. Pass to Court Queen. That one falls, coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed.
They need to make her earn those threes because if you play off her, she's automatic.
Here's Maglagor. To the right side. Ogumake. She's guarded by Court Queen. Drills the three-pointer.
Such a perceptive player. Ogumake has a great feel for which shots she can make.
Queen misses. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. And the Storm, another three.
Intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Storm out in front. They're up by 2. Hold tight. We've got more basketball action headed your way. A close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Storm?
I like what we're seeing for them going right at the basket. Tons of points down there in the paint.
They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting in the paint.
Here's Ogumake, makes it off the glass.
Energy is never a question with Ogumake. When she sees an open court to attack, she attacks.
Ezzy McGregor with the steal.
And here come the Storm on the fast break. Higgins-Smith,
Back to McGregor.
here's Mrs. Incredible.
It's good. And the assist that time from Ezzy McGregor.
Nice awareness there by McGregor, finding her open teammate for the bucket.
Here's Queen. Goes up high for the two-hand dunk.
Nothing like the point guard putting the exclamation point on the play.
Every generation of players pushes the limit, and the athleticism at all positions is just breathtaking.
It's really just amazing.
If you told me 20 years ago, guys, that we'd be seeing point guards pull off dunks like that, I would have called you crazy. But now we're seeing it.
Great defense, anticipated the play, and got there first.
And coaches love players that are just not afraid to put their bodies on the line and take a shot for the team.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. It's in, and she's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The defenders didn't really even get a sniff of her on that move to the iron.
It's rebounded by Seattle. Ogumake inside. She's guarded by Court Queen. Pass to Mrs. Incredible. Jacks up a three. Sinks the triple.
Well, this run has really widened the gap in the game. They are way out in front.
This has been a back-breaking run, really exposing the weakness in their defense.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Guarded by Dolson. Good work defensively by Stephanie Dolson. And they can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move here.
Pass to Melbourne. Court Queen. And another 3 for Washington.
That's just a defensive breakdown. I mean, she is not the player you want to leave open from the perimeter.
So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots next. And it's her first trip to the line.
At the line for your Seattle Storm.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
And good on the second, so she makes both. Washington trailing, knocked away. 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Melbourne, good.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it did not work. Not if it results in that shot.
It's stolen by Edwards.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Exactly. No need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. The ball is in your court.
Can they make some sort of defensive adjustment? Because guess what? She is killing them from three-point range.
And even when they have closed out on her, she's still knocking them down. I mean, this is just an unbelievable performance we're seeing right now.
To halt the run. Oh! She hits the buzzer beater. Oh!
An ideal finish to the quarter for them as she cans it at the buzzer.
Cool and collected and just didn't rush it at all.
You said that right.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we will see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball in just a bit. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break, and we'll see if one can pull away in the third. And you look at Court Queen, what a contribution.
What I noticed more than anything about her first half offense was she didn't waste her opportunity. She made just about every good look she had.
And they were pretty much all good looks. I mean, her shot selection has been phenomenal throughout the game.
Queen misses.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burnt.
This is incredible. It falls for her 7th bucket of the contest. She's 7 for 9 today.
She is feeling it, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Shoots from 14, and she can't bank that one in. Seattle in the lead. And she drops in the layup off glass.
Her ball distribution has been outstanding.
Yeah, Tim, all you have to do is look at the numbers. Those assists do not lie.
And they keep piling up.
Edwards, defended by Magdagor. Edwards with the bucket.
You know, it's never too late to make a sweet dime, guys, even if you're halfway through your shot.
To the inside. Soft touch off the glass.
An unbelievable scoring effort from her. It's all because of her. Yes, her, that they're still in this game.
And Neko Gumake throws it down.
She's an automatic finisher when she gets into that area.
And she picks the simple one-handed jam to get the 2 points.
Keep it simple indeed, and those could be an important 2 points, guys, in a close game like we have here.
Out to the wing, launches it, it drops. That's her 9th field goal of the contest, a blistering hot 9 for 11. Pass to Dolson. Here's Queen. That one falls, coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed.
Stephanie Dolson.
And here are the Storm now. They've led by as much as 10. A nice shot by Mrs. Incredible.
What an excellent assist. It really led her to the perfect spot.
Here's Nelson. 19 points in the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
First team foul.
Well, you allow someone to get to the rim like that, and really that's your only option.
Yeah, free throws are always better than a layup. I would agree with that.
And she's good on the second. And it's the Storm with the ball. They lead by 4. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Queen covering. Ogumake outside. This is incredible. And that one is hammered home.
She does more than just put another 2 points on their lead. She does it with style.
She sure does. It's a dazzling move to the bucket.
She might not be the biggest player in the league, but I'll tell you this much. She more than makes up for that with her unreal aerial skills.
And she was all alone on that one.
She's up to her usual trick, shooting it well, scoring a lot of points, getting them in front.
Pass to Court Queen. The Mystics again can't hit. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Storm, up 9. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. Hello, and thanks for joining us again. The fourth quarter of play should begin in moments. Here's Diggins-Smith. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2. Stephanie Dolson picks one up.
With great balance and body control, Diggins-Smith isn't easy to defend. She really makes defenders work on that end of the floor.
And Washington has possession. They trail by 11.
You gotta be kidding me. Point guard power slam?
She can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, you're going to see her torch the D in all kinds of ways every time she takes the floor. And she isn't the biggest power forward, but her ability to rise up pretty much evens things out.
It's good. The assist that time from Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Well, not letting the physical defense deter her, McMagor plays with such tenacity.
Pass to Court Queen. The three-pointer is on target.
And now both of these teams really in a groove here late.
Yeah, and this game was already high scoring, but they've really taken it to another level here down the stretch.
Such a treat to watch, Brian. And their shooting percentage continues to climb in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been in total sync since the break. Good team basketball, and it's resulted in high-quality shots.
Very good adjustments at the half.
And she jams it in with authority.
Anticipating plays before they happen, Diggins-Smith is known for creating plays for her teammates.
Pass to Queen. Court Queen. Beyond the arc. Here's Dolson. The layup off target. And if they want, they can milk the clock a little bit here.
Great point, Blake. That'd be the best option. I'd agree. You should coach.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Scoring inside, it's about a lot of things. To me, touch is most important. And Dolson knows how to get the ball in the hoop.
To the middle. Here's Diggins-Smith. Foul called that time on the way up. And that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw line.
Second team foul.
So the first one drops. And that'll push their lead to double digits.
Yeah, born and raised in South Bend, Indiana, it was cool to see Diggins-Smith stay in state to play collegiate basketball.
Here's Melbourne. Took him no time at all on that one.
Assist goes to Stephanie Dolson.
Here's Diggins-Smith. Off the inbound. And it's good on the layup.
Consistently carrying a solid workload, Diggins-Smith has proven her ability to succeed at this level.
Pass to Queen. For 3. Melbourne, good.
Since the start of the fourth, Brian, that three-point shot has really been there for them.
Yeah, doing an excellent job, Tim, of finding the open teammate on the perimeter this quarter. The three-pointer is a major weapon for them right now.
Good look for McMagor. And it's Seattle scoring again.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
They are just not backing off, and they're going to close this one out in style. What a surge.
Give them credit just to finish this one off.
Down low. It's stolen by Queen. Pass to Dolson. Now Court Queen. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote, and what a story she wrote.
Well, what was the story? I don't know.
Might as well tack a few more points in the lead, I suppose. This is going to be a dominant win for them.
Dominant is the right word for it, Tim. This one was about as one-sided as it gets.
One-way traffic. Jeez.
Off the mark there with the 3. Court Queen. She's covered by Ogumake. Here's Queen. That one falls, coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed. Now here's Diggins-Smith. D right on her. Good on the shot.
Stephanie Dolson.
Yep, it's good. And so Seattle takes this one by a big margin. And some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
You got to defend your home floor. They really seem to revel in confidence. This is what they came out to do here.
And that'll wrap it up.
Megan Tomlinson and the Storm win their second in a row. But that's it for today. We'll see you next time. And now, the post-game summary.
Oh my god, this wasn't close. The Storm were too much for the Mystics as they cruised to win their second straight to maintain their throne. Megan led the Storm with 28 points, and Lee finished with 17 and 5 assists for a balanced attack for their offense. On the Mystics, Autumn, the Wii Sports 3-point champion, had 7 of them to go with her team-high 26 points. It was an unusually quiet night for her sister, Ash Silvers, who only had 7 points. Jade Melbourne had a team-high 8 turnovers. That's not going to win you many games. Up next, the Connecticut Sun led by Rachel Combs and Darline R. Harris. It will be at the Mohegan Sun Arena. But that's going to wait for now. Until next time, this is Sabrina Jenkins, wishing you a great day and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!